Hello, beautiful people, and this is a reading for the sign of Libra. And today we're going to be looking into your prosperity spirit. What does Libra need to know about, or look out for, or be aware of when it comes to their prosperity? Please and thank you. And Libra, we'll start today's reading off with a card through Musashi. And then what we'll do is we'll look at his original text. Libra. Musashi said, like a trooper, the carpenter sharpens his own tools. He carries his equipment in his tools box and works under the direction of his foreman. When the carpenter grows to be skilled and understands measures, he can become a foreman. Ooh. Interesting. Let's go to the Moon Magic Oracle deck and find out what the energy of your current compass is. The current energy of your compass. What's going off internally, please. Can we get one more, please? We have the Lover's Moon. So maybe there's romance, love, and relationships your way. Can we get one more, please? One more for Libra. Libra, we have the Lover's Moon, Arcturus, and Sabbath. The Lover's Moon does talk about love, relationships, romance. But with Arcturus, we're talking about a guardianship. We're talking about family. We're talking about support. And with the Sabbath, we're talking about change, phases, and seasons. So what does this mean for you, Libra? I feel like then that we have a loving support or a loving family support during this season right now. I feel like, yeah, that's what I'm hearing. With Libra, we've got some loving family support right now during this season. And I think that's important for us to be aware of at this moment in time. Now, what does that mean when it comes to what Musashi said? This could be here to your family could be sharpening you up as their tool, or you could be sharpening up yourself to become a better person. You might be going through something that's quite deep right now. Let's go to the tarot and find out what we need to know right now. What do we need to know right now for Libra, please? Maybe you're feeling trapped, restricted, not a lot of hope. What do we need to know right now, please, Spirit? Oh, that's more than I'd like to take. Do we take all these? Yeah. Yes, Spirit says we do. Okay, more than I normally take there, Libra. We are feeling trapped, and unfortunately, I'm going to just hide the star, but we do have the star card out. We're feeling trapped, but what I think Spirit is saying is that there is hope coming fast. There's sudden changes coming your way. And this has got something to do with a tyrant, somebody that's quite kind of domineering, somebody who lacks discipline. You're going to have there's going to be success or self-discipline. This is what maybe you are feeling helpless and being a bit of a tyrant, having not a lot of or lacking discipline, and we're moving into becoming disciplined with this loving family support. during this season of change and movement and sudden changes. It's almost like Spirit saying that although you're feeling trapped, have faith, because movement is coming in to bring. There we go. Although you're feeling trapped, have faith, because movement is coming in to remove you from a tyrant, and it's coming in fast with the Chariot. And it is to do around your relationships, around your family or support system. Take it how that resonates whilst you move through this season. Don't think that because this is about prosperity, this could just mean that this is how you're going to find prosperity, how prosperity comes to you. What does Libra need to look out for, Spirit, at this time? What do they need to look out for? Oh. So Libra, we have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is about, tens are about completion, an end of a cycle, or maybe renewing. We could be renewing our emotional stability at this time around our family. And there's growth with this support system. There's going to be growth heading your way. Sevens talk about reflection and assessment, maybe finding knowledge. So we might need to be a little bit patient as well at this time. And with the Nine of Wands, this is going to bring fulfillment. So actually, I think Spirit is giving us a new perspective around you in this season, because there is happiness on the way, but it is a completion. You have to see this. You have to see what this is, but that having faith in movement, or because you're feeling trapped and restricted right now, maybe you are feeling victimized, but by having faith and going through healing, you're going to bring progress away from this tyrant, and it's coming, you'll be moving fast. This support is going to bring you happiness. This is going to bring you emotional stability. You're going to be able to find perseverance, but just have to be a little bit patient as you reflect at this time, especially when it comes to having your own independence. Maybe some material securities coming out of this as well. But you're going to find self-sufficiency. So it's almost like what Spirit is saying up here, by sharpening your own tools. It could be that this is a lesson that you're going to need to go through, Libra. What action does Libra need to take at this time, please, Spirit? I feel like that was going to flop up on that way around, but it spun around on my hand. We'll take a note of that. Okay. That was that way around. Two of these came up in the reverse, really. So right now, it's like you've got a fear of change during this season. It could be that you're repeating negative patterns, which is allowing you to miss chances and feeling let down. So I think what Spirit is indicating here is that don't fear this. An action for you to take is not to fear this change, because you will miss chances and end up being discontent. But fives is about change as well. So this could actually be, I'm having a right old deja vu, Libra. I really am having a deja vu moment right now. It's massive. It's a massive deja vu, and I don't know why. Spirit, why am I having this deja vu? I'm sorry, Libra, I'm sorry. The Spirit's reminded me of a dream that I had. Unfortunately, I only remember this section of it right now. I feel like I'm going to have to meditate myself on this. Maybe that's a message that I'm having to bring in here for you, that you might need to meditate over this fear of change whilst you're going through stagnancy. It's probably a time, especially since we've got reflection, so you could need to do some do some inner reflection at this time. There is happiness your way but you just can't see it. I mean, if this card landed the way I thought it should have landed, then we would know that we were going through a transformation time. And there's a reason and a season with the Sabbath, you know what I mean? Because Sabbats are about change and phases and new seasons. So we've got change coming in here. And where there's death, there's rebirth, right? So, and I think you're fearing that right now. Maybe that is why, and it goes well with with you feeling trapped and restricted. This fear of change is trapping and restricting you. But it is, if the moment you stop feeling paralyzed and being trapped, you'll see that actually all you've got to do is step forward away from these swords. That's like, because Spirit needs you to have faith in order for this renewal to take place. Because once you move out of here, things start moving fast. Like, it's going to be sudden changes and excitement as you leave this movement away from this tyrant, this domineering, stubborn individual. You're going to end up being successful and ambitious, and this relationship with your family, it's like your support system. It's going to bring you domestic harmony. It's going to bring you fulfillment and security. It's going to allow you to be patient, or maybe you need to be patient whilst you are going through this assessment, this self-assessment, this self-reflection. Because at the end of it, there are rewarded efforts. There's this achievement, this sense of independence. You'll be able to be out, just like this lady here is out in the garden, being all leisurely, looking after a falcon. But right now, it's like Spirit saying, normally we would go for an action to take, but the action to take really is for you not to fear this change, because you're missing these chances that Spirit's offering you, these new opportunities and new beginnings. Spirit is offering you, but you're missing them. So they're falling out of his hand. They might have something to do with being disappointed, Libra, feeling let down by this tyrant. And it's almost like he's been kicking, he's kicked the cups, he's kicked 3 of these cups, and he's still got 2 standing behind him. That's like almost like saying that that's his, the family support is behind him. What's that say? What's the affirmation? It's time for you to release sadness and embrace healing. That is an affirmation for you right now, Libra. What else have we got? What other affirmations? Be open to receive abundance and prosperity in all areas of your life, and embrace the transformation and new beginnings. I think that's kind of important for us to understand. I think that's a message Spirit definitely wanted me to put out there. I do like using these cards, Libra, even though they are kind of like a training deck and they've got all the meanings written all over them. It can make readings just that little bit more, maybe they look a little bit, unprofessional. But I do like that sometimes there's so much going on in the world that I have to look at the wording sometimes, you know, and just to find out what's going on. It's time for you to declutter. You'll feel better, more. And what else have we got? This is the Angels of Abundance. Messages from heaven. One more for Libra, please, Spirit. Rightly so. So, Libra, it's a time for you to declutter. You'll feel better and way more focused if you take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items, and be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Here we have Archangel Michael in all his glory. Obstacles and blocks are about to be lifted. All your good personal work and all your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. You might not feel that way right now, Libra, especially with this energy at the bottom here. You might not feel like that way, but the moment you step into these energies, that's when you start to see movement, and that's when you start to feel less trapped. That's when you start to heal from this tyrant, and success and starts coming in with speed. I think also it's definitely a time for self-discipline, as that's mentioned within the Chariot as well. Let's get a Magic Spirit deck, and then we'll find out what Musashi meant by his wording with the Carpenter. Magical Spirit. Oh, she fell on the floor. The Protectress. So we're being protected. Or maybe this is a way to protect yourself. You could be seeing nines as well. The Protectress talks about strength, boundaries, and building an amulet. Let's find out what it means. The Protectress, strength, boundaries, an amulet, the inner child. An affirmation spell at this time, something you can say to yourself before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, or doing mirror work, is, I am spiritually and energetically protecting myself. You definitely do need that as you're walking away from a tyrant, Libra. A manifestation in answer for you is to ask your ancestors and spirit for protection. Visualize a radiant aura creating a protective force field around you, inside which no negative energy may affect your being. Create your amulet by encoding this intention within a crystal, and keep it with you for a while. Simply hold it in your hands, close your eyes, and set the intention. Visualize it glowing with the power to protect your energy. Spiritual practices can take care of the metaphysical aspect, but you must take care of the physical realm. It is your responsibility to set firm and, if needed, fierce boundaries, even if it makes you uncomfortable or your voice shake. Be especially protective around your me time and emotional energy. Yeah, Libra, whilst you're with your support group and your family, your loving support system, these relationships that's going to help you get through this season, it's definitely wise for you to set firm boundaries. And especially when it comes to this tyrant, almost kind of, I feel like we've got narcissistic energy because they've left you feeling trapped and powerless, almost it's like they don't want me to get the word out, imprisoned. I think that's probably why you're feeling discontent right now, Libra. Having this fear of change and missed opportunities is pretty much what a narcissist will do to you. And yeah, you're going to have to grieve as well. That is actually needed. right now, especially when when you embrace this healing, you are going to grieve your past relationships and heal this inner child as well. That's really, really important for you, Libra. Let's go in and find out what Musashi meant, but first we'll reread what he says to remind ourselves. Like a trooper, the carpenter sharpens his own tools. He carries his equipment in his toolbox and works under the direction of his foreman. When the carpenter grows to be skilled and understands measures, he can become a foreman. What does he mean? Learn the why as well as the how. In today's fast-moving world of commerce and business, the focus is often on the quick wins, the end results, the why rather than the how. But if you don't fully understand what you are doing and why you are doing it, what happens when when problems arise? In order to succeed, you must appreciate the learning. You must put in the hard yards. You must learn the why and the how. Yeah, I think that's a lesson there. The lesson there from Musashi is that you need, by learning the why and the how, it's going to learn, well, why, first off, why did I go through this? Why did this happen to me? And how did this happen to me? Once you can learn that, then you'll know, well, then you'll start seeing like the red flags. Then you'll know how to build boundaries. You'll become basically the foreman of your own life, because, well, a narcissist, a narcissistic person is literally one of these people that knows how to knock boundaries down. And if you're not building them fast enough, then, well, then you need to start sharpening your tools. Libra, unfortunately, that's all I've got time for this week. If you've resonated with this reading and you like my energy, please join my community, and I do ask that you like and subscribe. And why not check out some of my earlier readings, which are on the display now in the playlist section, as there may be information in there for you too. And until next week, Libra, good luck and cheerio.